All right, I'm here. What's happening, everybody? I'm here. I was a little bit late. I had to run and close the door. Got some noise in the background. Whew. All right, it's been a busy day. Kevin Snyder, 7:59, early. I was a little bit late, Kevin. I'm sorry. I apologize for the lateness. I was trying to get a couple posts going, and it's been a wild night. All righty. Let me see. What do I need to do? Nothing. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna drop my. I feel like I need to drop this camera down a little bit. There we go. We'll see how that works. A little bit closer up than usual, but we'll try that and see how that plays out. Carolyn Farrows, howdy, what's happening? Welcome, everybody. Again, guys and gals, if you are out there, you need to log into YouTube to be able to comment, I believe. And would love for you to be able to comment and say hey to me. I don't know if you're out there until you comment. So give me a shout out and I'll respond in kind. Got a little fat tire action going, got a little box wine happening. Daniel Lemons, what's happening? Wichita Falls. Fo Smith, I'm back. So is Shelly. What's happening, Shelly and Fo? Shelly, it's great to meet you 2 weekends ago. Seems like last weekend, but it was 2 weekends ago because last weekend I spent weed eating. So Kevin Wagner's in the house. What's happening, yo? Back at you, Kevin. Oh, probably have a solid crew tonight. We've got like 9 here. We've got 2 thumbs ups already. So I know there's people watching. Should be a pretty concise show like last week. And I don't think I have too much craziness going on. Christian Acker, hey, what's up? Glad you're checking in, brother. It's been a busy day, so I worked until about 4, and then I came home and real quickly took a few notes and made some dinner, and I ate dinner, and then I had a Bike Lab board meeting online, which Alyssa Lutz, hello, just checked in, and Alyssa was part of that as well too. So we finished up about an hour ago with that, maybe 50 minutes ago. So I've had a little bit of a gap. So I've been trying to take notes and stuff like that in between. I think I'm ready. I think I'm good. So I think I have everything planned. Again, I'm trying to keep the shows a little bit more concise. And because I tend to, I tend to talk a lot, and I figure once we hit about 45 minutes, I start to lose people because that's a long show, and so try to keep it a little bit tighter. Tonight on the show, we're going to talk about 4 things, and I do have my notes all prepped, so I'm going to get them all up here, and my fat tire lid there, and I'll leave my little lure bottle opener, just because you got to have that. So so 4 topics I want to real quickly touch briefly on a House Bill 1770 that just passed today, I believe. Don't want to talk too much about it because I would really like to have a show that works with either or Tegan or Jane Ziegler in Tulsa, because they both work really hard on a lot of the legislation that handles cycling in our state. And I'm kind of a numbskull when it comes to all that. Like, I try to stay abreast of it, but when it comes to the details, some of this stuff's a little bit beyond me, and I have too many irons in the fire. So I will briefly touch on this House bill but I will definitely say that I would love to discuss this House bill and other cycling-related legislation with the powers that be in our world that you guys all know, and maybe we'll have a show with them sometime. So anyway, so I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover Bike Club. They're doing a really cool event. We have some more cool events coming up with the Bike Club, but I just want to cover one thing tonight, and then we'll cover the other one as it gets a little closer. And that is that there's going to be a meeting where Bike Club has sponsors that are providing free helmets for kids that want to ride bikes. Wearing a helmet is critical. All of us know that. Yes, we sometimes mess around without it, but for the most part, when we're doing riding, we wear a helmet, and it's because we all know what happens, what can happen if you don't. So anyway, so I want to talk a little bit about that and how to get kids free helmets. I want to talk about Lake Tom Steed, Great Plains State Park, course maintenance, preparation for the race on May 23rd, and things of that nature. And then I will finish up with a kind of another how-to, or how it works kind of thing. And last week we did a spot on the rules of what happens if you have a mechanical, and I'm going to follow that up with how do you earn an overall state championship? How do you earn an overall podium? How do overall points work? How do Tour de Dirt points work? And what is that in comparison to what USA Cycling points are? So I'm gonna talk about that as well too. So, all right, nobody else has checked in. So again, if you guys have questions, comments, things you want to talk about, even if it's unrelated to what I'm talking about, if it's related to cycling, something's popping up on your radar, definitely be sure and give me a holler. Ask me a question on the comments. I keep up with those in between my little soapboxes and my little speeches that I have rolling on. So I will go back, and even if I miss it, I will go back and catch it. Sorry, you probably saw the screen blinking. I was checking a couple of different tabs where people message me sometimes. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So again, comment if you have questions related or unrelated to what I'm talking about, and I'll be sure and try to get back with you. Yeah, a little something there, a little fat tire. Got a little something there. Alrighty. Let's get to it. Topic number 1, House Bill 1770, Oklahoma, passed the Senate, Oklahoma Senate today, I believe. It now is on the desk of the governor, waiting for the governor's signature. This is a comprehensive cycling bill. Included several things. Again, I'm not even going to attempt to go into details because I will totally screw that up. But it dealt with things like proper signaling as a cyclist on whether your arm signals and whether you're turning right or left, and how that works, and some modifications in that. I believe one of the things is that a right turn signal, I don't know. Again, I'm just going to leave it at that. There's certain signaling that we do that we're supposed to do as cyclists on the road mainly. Again, this is on the road, because obviously in the dirt or the gravel, it's pretty insignificant. On how we're supposed to properly signal. There's some things that are a little bit counterintuitive in the old ways. Some of the new ways are more intuitive and a little more understanding from a vehicle standpoint if we're signaling a certain direction on which way we're going to go. So there's some verbiage in that. There is also what our behaviors are as cyclists when we come to a traffic stop, or what's called a traffic control device, which is basically a stoplight or a stop sign. What our behaviors are and what our behaviors are allowed. There's a lot of change in that, and to alleviate the stoppages of other traffic and allowing us to move through more quickly and more safely. And so that's part of it. In addition to, there is a large component that discusses reckless behavior from vehicles towards cyclists. Basically what that can, what that entails, definitions of that, what taunting is, what threatening behavior is, throwing articles at people, or threatening behavior with the vehicle itself, as well as verbiage. So there's a lot of detail about that. And the importance of that is that now when incidents happen, there's now an actual bill and a law in place to support that. So whenever there are issues or incidents with cyclists and vehicles and people that are just a little bit crazy, now this gives gives you a little more support legally. And again, there's a lot to this, but anyway, this is a great deal. I suspect that it will be signed soon. I can't imagine that it will go unsigned, and then we'll have more information coming out after this. But this is a big win. This is a big win. This is a big win for the cycling community in Oklahoma. And I think it's some of these components have been taken from other states that have already passed. So it's all good stuff, and it's just a matter of dotting the T's and crossing, or dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and making it move forward, and then getting the information out to everybody. So once this passes and once the specifics, I'll start spreading information on what it means and what it means as a cyclist and what we need to be aware of. And again, I hope to do that with people that are more informed than me. Tegan, Jane, you two are tops in my books, and we'll make that happen, and we'll make a full show of it. So anyway, thumbs up. Good stuff in Oklahoma. Not often that you get to say that from a legislative standpoint. Topic number 2. Bike Club. Bike Club does a lot of cool stuff. And Alyssa Lutz in Oklahoma City is kind of our, I'm talking Bike Club OKC. Sorry, I got a message here. I just popped out. I'm coming back in. So Alyssa does a lot of stuff with Bike Club. So Bike Club really kind of was molded after some of the stuff in Arkansas, some of the, along with NICA and all of that, it kind of filtered into the Tulsa area with Sound Pony and some of the things there. And then Oklahoma City has taken up their portion of it as well too. And Alyssa's kind of one of the front runners. I know there's other people involved. I'm just not aware of all the people involved, but we have a really good contingent of Bike Club Oklahoma City crew. And basically the whole goal is it's simple: getting kids on bikes. And that's just a big push, because especially, it's a little different in Oklahoma City, because at least in Oklahoma City metro type areas, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Tulsa, places like that, they have opportunities for other sports. But when you get in rural Oklahoma, like where I'm at, you basically play baseball or softball, basketball, football, and then track is kind of like, track is is kind of, dear to my heart, but unfortunately track doesn't get the pull that all the other sports do, but it's getting a little more traction. Because to me, track is very similar to cycling. But there is just no cycling. And so the thing is that cycling and track and running, and those are things that you can do later in life as an older adult, as a college kid, as a grown-up, as a parent, as a grandparent. And you're not going to be playing basketball and football and baseball and all those things later. So the reality of it is that there's a whole healthy lifestyle that cycling provides lifelong that is just tremendous. And it's just wonderful to see what Bike Club is doing and how they are introducing these kids to cycling at such a young age, and seeing the joy that these kids have just riding bikes. And they don't have to be racing their bikes. Sure, if they choose to, we have mechanisms for that. We have ways to make that happen. But if they just want to be riding around the neighborhood, riding with their friends, that's great too. But if they are doing that, they need to be doing so safely. And that is, they need a helmet. So I periodically will ride without my helmet just if I'm riding around town. But the reality of it is almost 99% of the time I ride with a helmet. And it's just too dangerous. I mean, the risk of just one little, if I'm just screwing around here in town and I decide to jump a curb and maybe I'm not paying attention, or maybe I've had a beer and, maybe someone's yelling at me, or maybe there's some gravel and I slip and I hit a curb and I fall on the pavement and I hit my head. Things are dangerous. So just wearing a helmet is substantially safer. And so that's the push that we're making for all the kids. Bike Club is doing such a wonderful thing. And one of the things that they are doing, they have developed sponsors to provide money for helmets. They have 200 helmets at this point, and they are free to any kid that any young rider that needs a helmet can get one for free. There's a variety of ways to do that, but the one thing that I want to talk about tonight is that on May 1st, so 2 weekends away, May 1st on a Saturday at Lake Hefner, right near Louis. So that's a pretty cool place. It's like right near Louis. There's a lighthouse, a little walkway that you guys have all seen right around Lake Hefner. There's going to be a bike club, OKC Bike Club tent. And it's going to be there from 11 a.m. in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. So a few hours. And they're going to be offering free helmets to any youth rider that needs a free helmet. So if you guys know of anybody that needs a helmet, let me know. I can put you in contact with the people that you need if you can't make this event. But anyway, so it's a great deal. Great thing that that Alyssa and her crew are doing. And I just look forward to supporting that as a Tour de Dirt sponsor, as a personal, just me as a person, as a cyclist, and also as a Bike Club representative. So this is just stuff that we've got to support. We've got to support our kids. And Alyssa's taking, and Oklahoma City Bike Club is taking a step forward with that. So May 1st, Saturday, 11 to 1. Look for the Bike Club tent. If you have a youth that needs a helmet, go see them. If you can't make that event and you're listening, or you know of somebody that's listening, or you can share this and you can pass this along, contact me, contact Alyssa. We'll make it happen. End of story. We'll figure something out. I mean, hell, even if we can't make it happen, you contact me and we don't make it happen, I'll buy a helmet for 2 or 3 kids. So Simple as that. Tour de Dirt will sponsor 5 or 6. So, you know, whatever we need, let's make this happen. Heck, maybe that's what we need to do. Tour de Dirt just needs to make that happen for all of our Tour de Dirt Kids Cup kids. So I'll work on that. Thanks for checking in, Alyssa. All right. 20 minutes in, we're going to make this short. So, House Bill 1770, done. Bike Club, free helmets, done. Again, questions, comments, things of, you know, that you want to discuss, be sure to bring them up. And I will hit them. In the meantime, we have 2 more subjects. The next one will be the speed update. Paul Dyer says, make a donation box or something at the race check-ins. Paul, I will, it's a great idea. And I will work on that. I'm working on a couple of things in that kind of realm. So so thank you for that, Paul. I just need to figure out how I want to do it. So, but great idea. Great idea. Steed update. So the next race in the Tour de Dirt series, Lake Tom Steed, Great Plains State Park. 25 minutes from my house. Been doing trail work. Chad and Trinidad from Medicine Park came out down and helped me this weekend. I did some work 2 weekends ago because then I had to go, you know, race at Medicine Park. Didn't get to work on it. I'm going to be doing some work on it Thursday and then Friday and Saturday and Sunday this week. So my goal, and I'm hoping, I know I've got some help. Tony Burke and Josh Frazier are helping me as well too, from Blair and Altus. They did some chainsawing for me this weekend to clear a couple of trees, and knock on wood, I'm hoping that I have like 95% of the trail weed eated this weekend. So you guys can totally come ride the trail. Just be aware that it's not marked yet. But again, if you rode it last year or you can get in contact with me, I can get the information to you. It's pretty easy to follow. There's not a lot of variations, honestly, for this trail. So unlike most trails, there's not a lot of wrong turns because there's kind of only one trail. I just don't have everything fully marked. I'm probably not going to get everything fully marked until middle of next week. So my goal is to just put all my time on the weed eater with people that are helping me through Sunday. And I'm thinking that will get me through at least 90 to 95% of the trail, because we're at 2.5 miles right now that and get ballpark what we've weed eated versus what we need. And it's a 5-mile trail, so we're halfway done. And we've done that in really about three really good time frames. So I have some help coming Thursday. I'm hoping to have some help this weekend. And if we get that knocked out, then I'll have the trail ready. That's going to mean that we now have 3 weeks to pre-ride it. So again, you can come pre-ride this weekend. Just note that not everything's going to be fully cleared and not everything's going to be marked. And I'm not going to be able to mark it until probably probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Just because I can't really mark it until I get it weed eated, because then I'm going to be just like, weed eating all the markers that I put down. So just got to get that done. So that's my goal. I just want you guys to know, and I want everybody to be aware, because I know everybody's, we don't have another race, so we've got all this open time. I know everybody's wanting to pre-ride. There is going to be a group of Medicine Park guys come down Saturday morning. I don't have the exact time. Once they have that time and they let that let me know. I'll try to post it. But they are going to come down and ride Saturday morning. So again, right now half the trail's overgrown a little bit, but it's still rideable. And then the rest of the trail is going to be clean and smooth. So anyway, come on down Saturday and ride. And if you have a weed eater and you want to do some trail work, do that too. I'm going to be working, like I said, I'm going to be working Thursday at the trail from about 3:30 till dark. I'm going to be working Saturday and Sunday from noon until probably, usually about 3.5, 4 hours is about all I got before the back and everything and the hands and everything hurts. So I can usually only get about 3.5, 4 hours of weed eating. So I'm gonna plan on that both Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, so that's my plan. So come on out, hit me up, let me know. Bo Smith says smooth. You know it. Trail's going to be smooth as can be. Well, you know, it's not going to be smooth, but at least you're going to be able to see the rocks, and it's going to be smooth where you can see what you're going to hit. So got to clear everything, so I don't want anybody like hitting as they hit their pedal on the downstroke. So oh goodness. All righty, look at that, 26 minutes in. We're going to close this pretty quickly. I'm going to sit back a little bit. So this is my last topic. So last week I'm just going to kind of try to do this every week that I can, and see what you're going to hit. I know, right? Oh, Bo, I said that and I was just like, damn, I'm going to get blown up. I shouldn't have said that. So many dark places you could have taken that statement. So last week I started a little bit of a kind of an explanation for new riders and people that have maybe not been in the sport that long. Just talking about what happens if you have a mechanical. What are the rules? What are you allowed to do? What's within reason? Dotted line, here's the line. This is the actual rule. This is what we allow. Things of that nature, and pit zones and feed zones and all of that stuff. So I kind of went through that, and I had a lot of feedback from that, and a lot of it was good, and most of it was the simple fact that most people were pretty surprised at the information that I provided and the fact that they didn't know that. So I'm going to kind of try to continue that follow-up with different things that are part of True to Dirt that are normal for me, and things that I'm used to. And the topic today that I'm going to discuss is the overall points and the overall state championship, the overall state points, how that all works, and try to give just a basic explanation of True to Dirt and how we roll as an entire series. So in many events, you get multiple races in a certain discipline, gravel or cross or road or marathon, whatever. But for the most part, you don't have a series of events. You have a series of events, but nothing accumulates. So that's one of the differences. Now some do, and some have in the past. Rage Against the Chainring is a gravel series, a 4-race gravel series that just finished in Wichita, Kansas this past weekend. And they do a 4-race gravel series where you have awards for each individual event, but then you have an overall award for all the categories that you participated. So that's what we do. And so True to Dirt, we have, currently this year, we have 7 races. Normally, we have anywhere between 7 and 10. We've had 10 races in the past. We've had 9 races. We've had 8. It just kind of depends on, the year and the weather and things that happen. But our goal is to have between 7 and 10 races. And it's an overall series leading to an Oklahoma State championship for all the different age categories. And between the different categories, novice, category 1, category 2, and all the different age groups and open classes, we have about 22 or 23 different classes that can achieve overall first, second, or third place wins for the whole year. So now, granted, you can do that for each individual race. So you can come and race 2 races in the Tour de Dirt series, and you can gain whatever the individual award is for that particular race, right? Well, let's say that you want to try to win the state championship. You want to be a Oklahoma State champion, single speed, open class for 2021. If you want to do that, then you have to race all the races, or as many races as you can, to achieve the total number of points throughout the season that will allow you to beat everybody that races single speed for that particular year. So here's how this works. Currently in 2021, we have 7 races. We originally had scheduled 8, 1 canceled, so we have 7. So that means that we're going to allow 2 drops. We're going to require a minimum of 5 races. So that means you drop 2. So 7 races, you drop 2, you get to keep 5. So however many races you do, we're going to count your top 5 races. Now let's say that you do 4 races. That means we're going to count 4 races, and that means that this 5th one is going to be a 0. Well, depends on your category. If nobody else did 5 races, or maybe the people that did 5 races, well, no, it doesn't matter. You have to do 5 races. I'm sorry. So it's going to be your top 5 races. I forget. Right. So I'm trying to think of like all, the math. So a lot of people get concerned towards the end. So about race 5 or 6, people, start like, so how do we do it? So like, well, do we count 4? Well, which races do we get to? Which races do we drop? Which ones do we pick? Okay, you don't have to do any of that. Okay, all you have to do is race your bikes. Know that your 5 best races count. That's it. So over the series, your 5 best races add up, and whoever in your category has the most points wins. So I've got a couple comments, and I'm going to go to another segment. So let's see. Smart ass comments. Kevin Sutter says, can go get a whole new bike? No, the answer is not. The answer is no, you cannot, although it has happened. If you carry a whole new bike with you, no. New bike still doesn't count. Phil Smith, correct. This year you are out if you only do 4. That is correct. So 5 race minimum, you have to do 5. So you've done Sofo, you've done T-Bird, you've done Medicine Park, you're going to come do Steed. So that just means you need to do, Claremore and Draper, which are stomping grounds for you. Super, super easy. There's your 5. Exactly, Fo. That's exactly right, and that is this is fair. Requires a commitment, and that's exactly it. So that's one of the things that I've debated back and forth with a variety of friends. Chris Drummond's one of my great go-tos, and he hits me up all the time about a one-day state championship because that's what Cross does. That's what road does. And that's what short track state championships do. And it's just like, I'm just not a one-day state championship thing. It's like, to me, it's not about who's best that one day. It's who's best all year long, who's most resilient, who provides the commitment. And to me, that's more important, or as important as the skill level. So, yeah. Kevin Snyder says, not your 5 best finish, your top 5 points day. That is true. That is correct. That is correct. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin. And so, yes, but Kevin Snyder makes a very good point. A very good point. And this leads into my next one. So Kevin says, not your 5 best finishes, your top 5 points day. Very, very good clarification. Thank you for that, Kevin. And the reason that it's a clarification is because we implemented something several years ago. Like I actually didn't implement this. I just carried it forward from Terry Teetsort, who was the director many years ago. And that is that, so we have a points, so we have a base points for winning. So this is my chart. Okay, so if you get first place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, whatever, you get a base amount of points. So if you get first place, you get 60 points, right? Base. You get second place, you get 54, third 48, fourth 42, fifth 38, 34, 30, third 26, and it just keeps going down from there. It goes all the way down until 20th place, and then after 20th place, you get 0 points, right? But there's a whole structure to work your way down, starting with 60 points. Okay, that's the base points. Well, we implemented many years ago, and again, Terry helped implement this. We began implementing a bonus point. And that is, so let's say that I win the single speed, which hasn't happened this year. Let's say that John Denton wins the single speed, and there's 6 people in the category. So that's 60 base points. There's 6 people that raced. John gets 66 points. Okay. So that's the bonus points, the 6 points for the number of riders. So that's where it's important that Kevin made his statement. So 3 or 4 years ago, Richie Bean was racing Cat 3. I think it was 30 to 39 age group. And for whatever reason, that age group was just stupid crazy. Richie won the category, and there were like 25 riders in the group. So he got 60 plus 25 bonus points for being in the category. So that's 85 points that he got just for being in that category. So that's a lot of bonus points. So that's how that works. So that works all throughout the year with each category and each one. So trying to think if I've missed anything. That's pretty much it. So I don't know if there's any more questions or explanations about that, but I know it's confusing. But basically, you have a baseline point system that we use, and then for each race, you get not only that, if you get first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way through 20th, you get those base points plus the bonus of however many people were in your category. So if there were 6 people you raced against, then you get a +6 bonus plus, whatever your base is. And then, and that carries throughout the whole season. So we're going to take your top 5 scoring races of the 2021 season. And then at the end of that, I'm going to do totals. And whoever has the most points is going to be state champion. And then you're going to be second place and you're going to be third place. So first, second, third is what we award for the overall Tour de Dirt State Championship, and that's how we work it. There will be payouts for Cat 1s and Cat 2s, typically along with state championship jerseys for the first place award winners. We typically do prizes for all the novice 1s and 2s, as well as Kids Cup. And we also do state championship jerseys for Kids Cup. And yeah, that's how it all plays out. So anyway. So let's see. The logic was the bigger the field, the harder the race, so more points. Exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right, Forrest. Yeah, no, totally. So, and you know, and I've debated this year in and year out, and I've actually done some math back and forth, and you know, it does. The bonus points don't significantly impact it as much as I had anticipated, but it does. And I still think it's important. It would be much easier for me to do the math and do the standings without the bonus points. But an evaluation from previous years and evaluation through the years, it's impactful, and I still feel that it's important. So we still offer the bonus points for the number of riders, just simply because the competition level, the number of riders, and the impact that it has on the competition. So absolutely. Alrighty, ladies and gents. I'm going to look at my notes real quick, but that is about all that I have. We're at 41 minutes, so it's about what I expected. And so let me take a quick peek. If you guys have any comments, things that you want to ask, questions, comments, general dates of interest of things that are upcoming, you better hit me up and throw those out there pretty quick, because I'm fixing to check my notes and roll out. After I get a sip of that good wine. Let me get the specs on here just to make sure. All right. Yeah, I don't think I've missed anything. I think I'm pretty solid. Alrighty, so I just want to quick synopsis. House Bill 1770 passed. It's on the desk of the governor. It's a comprehensive cycling bill. All bicycle related things. I'll have more to come with that. Good, very, very positive news from the state of Oklahoma, especially from the legislative side. Steed update, course is 50-50. It's rideable, not marked, but it's the same course, hard to get off. Come on out. People are going to be riding Thursday. I'm going to have a trail work day Thursday at about 3:30 in the afternoon, and both Saturday and Sunday, probably starting about noon. I'm probably going to get out there about noon, noon to 12:30. And so if you guys are interested and going to bring a weed eater, come on out. And I'll have it marked by midweek next week. We just talked about Tour de Dirt points, so hopefully I didn't confuse you more. And then we talked about free helmets for Bike Club for all the kiddos here in Oklahoma. If you have questions, you have kids, you know of groups that are riding without helmets, and they're between the ages of pretty much 18 and down, let us know, and we'll hook you up. So, alrighty. Doesn't look like I have any more comments. So at 44 minutes and 30 seconds, I am going to roll out. Call it a night. See you guys next week.